What is going on, everybody? Happy NFL kickoff day. What a day it is, man. And we've got my week 1 NFL picks here. I do just have a few things I want to say before we get into it. First of all, is these picks will be public here on YouTube this week, obviously, but they will be exclusive to all of my supporters on Patreon at the MVP level as the season moves forward here. So if you enjoy my picks, especially for the gambling folk out there, my record's been pretty solid on these. I have not finished under the spread since I've been doing this. So you'll get access to these picks every single week on Patreon there. It's patreon.com/ThatFranchiseGuy, and you'll support my channel in the process. I also want to remind you guys that yesterday I launched the official merchandise store of That Franchise Guy. So you can rep the brand, you can support the brand, all in the same. Head over to thatfranchisestore.com right now using promo code 2022 kickoff. You will save 10% on your first purchase. We also have a limited edition shirt up there. It's a retro franchise champion shirt that's sick. I'm definitely going to cop one of those. So that's only going to be up over the weekend. So if you want that, you got to get it now. Head over to thatfranchisestore.com and check it out. Last thing, I will be live here on YouTube streaming the Thursday Night Football NFL kickoff game. So make sure you take out your phone, set a reminder, come back here on YouTube, subscribe, and we'll see you in the chat here at, what's the game, 7:30 Eastern or something like that. But yeah, we'll see you guys tonight. But let's get into my week 1 NFL picks. Thanks for hearing me out. So starting with the Buffalo Bills at the LA Rams, the aforementioned kickoff, where I'll be live here on YouTube. A 2.5 spread in this game, which I think is about right. A lot of hype for the Bills. A lot of money's going to be on the Bills here, but I think that's okay. The main thing that I'm looking for in this game is that Bills pass rush that they are hoping will be improved against a new-look Rams offensive line. That's really where I think this game is going to be won or lost for the Bills. Most notably, look at Ed Oliver, who is a breakout candidate for me this year, to take advantage of a really rough Rams interior. That's really going to be the difference for me in this game. I am going to take the Bills. I think both teams play pretty damn well. I think this game lives up to the expectations, so I'm not going to make this one of my plays, which, by the way, are the bets that I'm actually making, where I'm putting my own money, where I would advise people to put their money. I'm not going to make that one of those this week, but in honor of it being the opening night, I think people want to bet this game, so I'll give the people what they want and make a bet the spread on this one. So I will go with the Bills minus 2.5, but I wouldn't go too crazy on that one. I think this is going to be really, really close, but I do lean Bills. Then we got the Baker Mayfield revenge game, one of the most exciting games of the week just from a narrative perspective. Can't wait for this one. Going to be a lot of FU energy in this game, so going to add some unpredictable elements to the game. I think it could lead to Baker going off. I think it could lead to Baker playing a little bit undisciplined as well. I also think the Browns are going to have some FU energy and really be mad about how the organization and all that, everything with the organization, how that has transpired over the last really offseason. But anyway, I think the Browns defense is going to be playing with their hair on fire and getting after Baker Mayfield against a very questionable surrounding unit for Baker. So I don't really expect Baker to light things up. I think he will play well, but I think the Browns are going to make that very difficult on him. So I am going to take the Panthers. I buy into the idea that Baker is the kind of guy that will play maybe his best game of the year here in this game. So I do buy into that idea, but I do like the under here. I don't think either offense really lights things up. I think the Panthers defense is pretty good as well at home in their opener. So I like the under here, 42.5, maybe not being quite the exciting game that we are hoping to see with Baker lighting up the Browns. But I do think he plays well, and I think the Panthers win. So then we've got the Saints at the Falcons. A little bit more straightforward here, just from a line play perspective alone. Like, this is going to be a huge swing towards the Saints. So I am going to take the Saints here. But 23-17, I don't think either team lights up the scoreboard. I think the Saints have one of the better defenses in the league, so they'll make the Falcons struggle. I feel pretty good about that. But I also don't know if the Saints offense is going to come out just firing week one either. So I'll take an under in this one as well. Also 42.5 with the Saints winning. Then we have my first play of the season here, and this is my favorite bet of the week in its entirety. Niners at Bears. Niners are a 7-point favorite in this game. I think they should be 13-point favorites. Heck, I even like alternate lines in this game. So the Bears right now, I think, make a case to be the worst team in the NFL. I know I ranked them 30th, but all of their preseason kind of hype and how things are sounding out of that camp, it sounds pretty damn ugly. And I think that's going to be represented when they go against a team that, is ready to go, coming out of the NFC Championship. Yes, they have a rookie quarterback, so to speak, but man, I think this is going to be a slaughter, especially with that Niners defense. I think they make the Bears offense look like a D-League team. Seriously, this D-line is so underrated. Going against maybe the worst offensive line in the league. Nick Bosa, a potential breakout sort of opening case for, he was my pick for Defensive Player of the Year, maybe making that case early on here, which is going to put the ball in the Niners offense's hands a lot, and they're going to get a lot of opportunities. And even if there's some drives that get killed because of their questionable interior offensive line, but even then the Bears don't have any good interior rushers, they're going to have the ball all game. They're going to have some explosive runs. Debo, who killed the Bears last year, is going to go off. I know Kittle's questionable. I don't even know how much that is going to change things here. So we're going Niners big, 34-16. Bet the spread on this one. It's my favorite bet of the week. Then we got Patriots at Dolphins. Really tough game to predict here. The Dolphins are always tough in that Miami Heat opening the season. Going to be a lot of hype and expectations in this one. I also really like how the Dolphins receivers match up with the Patriots corners. I think that's going to be a game changer. I also don't think the Patriots have this incredible pass rush to take advantage of that Dolphins offensive line that's pretty shaky. So I will go Dolphins in this one. I think it's low scoring. I think it's 20-17. I don't think Bill Belichick's defense is going to be a pushover in this one. I'm going to go Dolphins 20-17. This is a game I really like the under as well, though. Under 46 points. I don't expect a lot of fireworks in this game. We got the Eagles at the Lions. Eagles destroyed the Lions last year, ran all over them. That was kind of the Eagles' breakout game. And that's where I'm really worried about Detroit, is just their defense and their run defense specifically. And I think the Eagles are probably going to have a good day on the ground and probably a decent game through the air as well. That Lions defense is where they're going to be tested the most. And that Eagles defense is shaping up to be pretty good to give Jared Goff a tough time here. So I will take the Eagles right at about that spread mark. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if the Lions pulled an upset here. They're probably one of the few teams that I thought about the upset this week. Then we have the Steelers at the Bengals. I have kind of a bad feeling about this one for the Bengals. I can't really explain it. It's more of a gut feel. So I'm staying away from this. Some of these division openers can be tough for these teams, but I will take the Bengals. I think their receiving core and Joe Burrow should be able to make enough plays against a questionable Steelers secondary. But I'm just going to say I have some reservations about this one. I will go Bengals 28-17, but probably not a game I'd be betting. We got the Colts at the Texans. Thought about betting Colts in this one. 7 points. I just want to see what this passing game looks like, what their left tackle situation looks like before I'm betting on the Colts as a 7-point favorite. It's a team that tends to scrap out some of these division games. So I'm going to stay away from a gambling perspective, but I think the Colts should handle this one and get their season off to the right start without too much pushback. Then we've got the Ravens at the Jets. This is another one of my plays this week. It's a Joe Flacco revenge game here. but I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of revenge to be had. I think the Ravens, who are a team that have really started their seasons well in years past under John Harbaugh, I have Lamar Jackson as one of my top MVP candidates this year. Opening game, I think this is going to be a blowout. I really do think that. I think the Ravens' run game is going to get after this Jets defense, and I don't expect a Joe Flacco-led offense to have a ton of success against a fired-up Ravens defense. So we are going to go Ravens 33-17. I think this spread should be bigger, and I'm betting the spread on this one. Next up, we have Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence visiting the Washington Commanders. And man, let's break this one down. It's a difficult one to predict. I do have good vibes with Trevor Lawrence right now. I thought he looked really good. No reason to believe he can't take a big step this year and in turn help the Jags be much better than where I ranked them, 31st in my power rankings. So I do have good vibes with the Jags, and I could see that continuing with a win this week. That said, I am going to take Washington, and I just noticed I still have the Washington football team logo up there. I'll get that fixed for next week. I think Wentz plays okay in this one. I think he's going to come in focused, picking up his season where his season ended for the Colts last year against the Jags. I think he's going to have some motivation to play well in this one. So I will take Washington, but do not have any smitten of confidence in that one. Really a coin flip game for me. Should be a pick 'em in my opinion. Maybe some value on Jacksonville, who I actually have covering the spread in this situation, 21-20. Kansas City at Arizona. Really glad I got this one earlier at 3.5. I guess I don't know what changed this spread so much here, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs 30-24. I liked them on the spread at 3.5, but I think Kyler's good enough to keep this one interesting and keep it within a touchdown, maybe a garbage time score at the end of the game or something. So it's a little rich for a home opener for Arizona. But I do expect the Chiefs offense to have a field day and make me look pretty good for predicting the Cardinals as the worst defense in the NFL. So 6, a little bit rich. Don't mind Chiefs -6 still, but not going to bet this one. Go Chiefs, 30-24. Giants at Titans, probably the least fascinating game of the week in my opinion. Just not a lot of exciting vibes for the Titans this year, and certainly not a lot of excitement for the Giants. So they're pairing a couple of bland teams together here. Not a game I'm going to be, flipping my Sunday ticket on or anything like that. I think the Titans handle business. They still have a lot of continuity as far as the scheme and the coaching and their quarterback. So I think they'll be just fine in this one. But a weird game. Wouldn't be stunned to see the Giants pull off a crazy upset in this one. But I'll go Titans, 27-14. Moving on, Packers at Vikings, one of the games of the week here. I've talked about how this is a really good beat for the Vikings to get the Packers right now. Granted, a lot of that had to do with the idea that maybe Elton Jenkins and David Bakhtiari wouldn't be playing. And that makes things difficult in this one because they're both practicing and limited participation this week. Robert Tonyan also back. Christian Watson back. A lot of guys that were injured in camp, adding a lot of variance to this game. I think that will be a big swing factor for the Packers offense. Obviously, is if those two tackles are in there against the Vikings edge duo, Danielle Hunter healthy right now, Zadarius Smith healthy right now, and apparently really pissed off at the Green Bay Packers. So if you've got backup tackles going against them, it's going to make it a lot different. So a difficult game to predict at the moment. I'm going to go Vikings because I think the Vikings play really well against the Packers in US Bank Stadium. I do think those edge rushers are going to be game changers as long as they're healthy, and that might be about 3 more weeks, but they're healthy right now. And maybe Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins aren't 100%. They haven't really had a whole lot of live reps to get back to speed. So I'm still going to go Vikings either way with that tackle situation. One thing I would bet on in this game is Sammy Watkins over receiving yards. He is historically dominant in week 1. Allen Lazard is out, which is an upgrade for the Green Bay Packers, by the way. That makes me lean a little bit more towards Green Bay than I may have in the past. But yeah, Sammy Watkins over. I don't know what it is or what it's going to be, but take it. It to me is like one of the locks of the week. And I also like the over for this game, 46.5 points. Should be a really fun one. Going to be a lot of energy in that building. US Bank, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL. So I will take the Vikings 31-27 in an exciting NFC North battle. Then the Raiders at the Chargers. And this happens sometimes. Sometimes I just go off of gut feeling. This is not me betting with my head. It is me betting with a gut feeling in my heart. I'm actually going to take the Raiders to win this one. Absolutely no confidence there, not betting it. Luckily, it's a primetime game and is going to be super fun to watch, so I don't feel like you need to bet this one. But yeah, I mean, the Raiders ended their season playing really well against the Chargers defense. I know they added Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson. That's obviously a difference maker. Chargers fans are probably going to be mad at me about this one, but I just have a feeling that Max Crosby is going to have a huge night on prime time and make things difficult enough for the Chargers. And I think Derek Carr is a good game in his opener. So it's going to be a really fun game. Tough one to bet, but I'm actually going to take the Raiders to win in an upset, but not one that I'm betting. Okay, then we got the Bucs at the Cowboys. This is my third and final play of the week. So pretty straightforward to me. I think the spread is way too low. I would say Tampa should be 4 or 5 point favorites with Dallas having a shaky offensive line situation. I don't think Jason Peters is going to start this week. So the Bucs pass rush should eat. Could be a Joe Tryon Shoyinka breakout performance on primetime football. I think that Tampa's going to have the protection to protect on the edge where Dallas is good, getting after the quarterback with Randy Gregory and Micah Parsons, where Tampa is weak is on the interior, right? So I'm going to take Tampa to win, Tom Brady to play well in a dome and getting their season off on the right foot. I got 30-24. I don't think Dallas rolls over, but I am going to take Tampa to win 30-24, bet the spread, and my final play of the week. All right, then we got Denver at Seattle. Another gut feeling here. I'm going to take the Broncos, but I'm making this some ridiculous score just to make a point here. 19-18 Broncos. There is a meme that every Seahawks game, or I should say that no Seahawks game is a normal game. You factor in that now Russell Wilson is on the Broncos, and Russell Wilson is oftentimes a reason no Seahawks game is normal. And I think it's going to be a crazy, weird end of the week game. Honestly, don't mind Seattle getting 6.5 points here, a team that knows all of Russell Wilson's tendencies. You know, the 12s, Monday Night Football against Russell Wilson. Going to be rocking the Broncos so many moving pieces, so much newness to that offense. This is going to be a weird game, man. And I'll probably, honestly, I'll sneak this in here at the end. I'll probably, at the end of the week, end up throwing a little bit of money on Seattle, getting 6.5 points here just to have a little fun with this. But I will take the Broncos. They're just such a better football team that I can't pick Seattle in this one. But it's going to be a weird one. I can promise you that there's going to be no normalness to this game. And that is going to wrap up my Week 1 NFL picks. I want to remind you, if you enjoyed this video, you want to get access to this exact video every single week, it is available on my Patreon. It's patreon.com/ThatFranchiseGuy. You will support my channel. You will also get access to submit questions to the mailbag for the Fully Inflated Football podcast that is returning on a week-to-week basis. Now that our deep dives are done, you'll get some other benefits, including merchandise discounts that I still got to set up, but those are coming. So patreon.com/ThatFranchiseGuy. Go check it out. Let me know in the comments down below who you're betting this week. What do you think of my picks? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tonight for the live stream of Thursday Night Football. Peace out.